What's up, MTV? Welcome to my crib. What's going on, Omnibus collectors? It's Riley, and I think this is a video that has been anticipated probably mostly by me, but also by a lot of people who knew that we were doing this whole thing and moving to this house. So here's kind of a intro into the home, and I'm going to do a tour of the room of my new comic book library, which is upstairs. My wife is being very nice to film this for me right now. So we're going to go on upstairs. The house is still not entirely decorated. There's still obviously a lot of open space on the walls and stuff. We're missing some furniture. Our TV is on the floor right now. Still kind of in the, how long have we been here? Like 3 weeks?
Yeah, and one of those weeks we were at Disney.
In Disney World for a whole week. So it's still kind of in the interim setup phase, but we have a little bit of decorations up for Halloween and fall stuff. So anyway, upstairs. So our last house, anyone who's been with me for a little bit was, God, what, a third of the size of this one. So
yeah.
We definitely...
We should probably talk about this house and what it means to us.
It's kind of the culmination of a lot of the hard work that we put forth. This is everything that we've been just pushing towards for the entirety of our marriage. And, we moved in the house when we were in Austin and thinking, this was it. This is our forever home. And that's what we were, we moved in like that, right? Like, we even told the guy.
No, not our forever home.
Well, we told the guy that we were buying it from, like, we're going to be here for a while. We're going to start our family here. And then
life happened.
And Megan, she made the kind of comment that she was ready to come back to Dallas, Fort Worth area, be closer to her family, watch the nieces and nephews grow up. And I said, okay, I guess we're moving to DFW. And so a few months passed. We started getting everything together. We moved out here. I transferred jobs. She transferred jobs. So everything really worked out exactly how it needed to. And I firmly believe that the universe kind of makes things happen in that way, in the way that they need to. And we put forth all this effort and all this work and all this love and energy into getting here, and this is the fruit of all of the labor. I'm not going to say that most of it was not me. It's mostly my wife's labors and everything, but her vision gave me what we're about to look at here. So this is our very not put together media area. You can see there's not a TV. Still need to get a new TV for
blinds or curtains.
Yeah, so this is still kind of in the works. All I've really done is we threw the furniture up here and we have the movies and games up. But right over this way is my new library. So this is kind of my pride and joy in the house. I spent 7 months with the majority of my books in storage. So it was very therapeutic finally getting to unpack everything. And I want to give y'all a nice tour of my library, of what I have. Everything is kind of in its right place. There are a couple of adjustments I'd like to do, and I'd like to put up some artwork where I can put up some decorations, but this is it, guys. So starting, I want to start over on the side over here. So I have my shelves wrapping all the way around the room. I definitely took advantage of the space in here. This room was designed, when we built the house, it's actually meant to be a media room. You can see, if you want to point up to the ceiling, those two blank plates, the blank plate there and the blank plate above me over here, were meant to be for speakers. So this room has no windows, it has no closet and stuff because it's meant to be a media area. It's meant to have TV, surround sound speakers. But in our vision, or my vision and her vision for me, that was perfect for a library. No windows means more wall space, means no light coming in and hitting my books. Means also that this is the pitch darkest room in the house. So shelves wall to wall, floor to ceiling pretty much. Starting right over here.
And just give a ground up kind of thing.
Yeah,
So people can understand that these aren't just small shelves from Target.
So first shelf here, this is a big source of pride in my collection is my X-Men shelf. And this one I need a couple more bookends so that the books on top are not just stacked. But I don't have every single X-Men book, but I do have a large chunk of what exists. And the part that I'm really proud of having is nearly every oversized hardcover and omnibus edition of the X-Men. Specifically, I'd say because of the fact that Marvel is reprinting stuff like Uncanny X-Force and Astonishing X-Men, the kind of most sought-after part of my collection is probably, I don't have Silver Age Volume 1, but from Silver Age Volume 2 through all the Claremont stuff, all the way through Volume 2 of Claremont and Lee. So that's a really nice part of my collection. I'm really proud to have that. And what's really cool is Marvel has been doing a lot of work to kind of release all those X-Men books in oversized hardcover. So we almost have everything from issue 1 all the way through right before New X-Men in oversized hardcover and omnibus. So that's really awesome, and I can't wait to fill out the rest of my shelf with that stuff. The next two shelves, these two big guys, are all the rest of my Marvel stuff. So a lot of these, some of the rare ones have gotten reprinted and are getting reprints. But I would say if I was to point out a couple of highlights in here, I've got the full Brubaker Captain America set. I'm very happy with my, oh, and another good one would be my Hickman Fantastic Four. So I got the Hickman Fantastic Four. That one's still a pretty rare one, I guess. I'd expect a reprint in the future though. But a couple of sections of this area that I'm really proud of. I put a lot of work into collecting a lot of the Hulk material. My Hulk stuff starting here, going through the end of there, and pretty much the entirety of this shelf. That's almost every Hulk collected edition that's available. And then also, I'm really happy with my Spider-Man section, starting here all the way down there. And then it ends pretty much right before the Mighty Thor. So all this stuff, I put a lot of work into kind of filling in gaps, collecting things, figuring out reading orders, collection orders and stuff, and just picking up. A lot of these were pretty rare for the paperbacks, just picking everything up so I could have as comprehensive of a collection of Spider-Man material as I could. So I'm really happy with that. And you can see how up to date this is. This is the latest book I got in, the Namor book that just came out this month. So just kind of showing the date stamp on this video. The next two shelves right here, these are my kind of other publishers. So I've got Valiant, Image, Boom, IDW, Dark Horse, a bunch of smaller books, and then all my Dark Horse library editions on the bottom. Really nice section of books. The library editions are some of my favorites. Great large format volumes. And of course, all of Remender's stuff tends to be in that size. A really great section of my library. Plenty of room to grow too, so I'm excited about that. The next two shelves here, these are my DC shelves. The top part from up here, or sorry, from here all the way to here is all DC proper, with kind of the Batman section all in here. I have a pretty comprehensive Batman section. I'm not really too interested in stuff pre-Crisis, so you can see I'm starting with like year 1 going forward that way. I have a couple of blanks in my collection there, but mostly I have what I want. I have what I was really wanting to have. At the bottom two shelves here are all my kind of Vertigo books and other stuff from DC. So I've got Watchmen, Authority, Planetary down there. Recent thing that I was excited to track down is all of the Fables hardcovers. I got a little help from people to get the rare ones in that set. A lot of great books in the Vertigo section. And then so that half of the room, that's pretty much all of the Western comics. The other half of the room, this is going to be all the manga and stuff. So this is really exciting because in my old library, I did not have all of the room to kind of display my manga accordingly. I had the big manga closet where things were just stacked and stacked and stacked on top of each other. But now I have actual shelves. Things are actually accessible, and I'm really excited about that. So this first shelf, I start with kind of like the oversized manga editions. You can see up here Berserk, Attack on Titan, Akira, Alita, Sailor Moon, stuff like that. And it goes down into like the smaller hardcovers. And then I go into the Kodansha books, all published by Kodansha, kind of the oversized ones there. Goes into the normal sized ones. More Kodansha across the bottom, and then it goes into Yen Press is the bottom shelf here. So I have a little bit by that publisher. The next shelf from the top is Dark Horse, pretty much all the way down. I still have my paperback Berserks even after having the hardcovers, just in case Dark Horse stops doing the hardcovers, knock on wood. And then it goes from Dark Horse into Seven Seas, Vertical, and then starting on Tokyo Pop. Going back on this one, more Tokyo Pop. Really happy about the complete GTO early years set, as well as complete GTO as well. Also very happy to have Brave Master, because I found recently that that is pretty hard to find. And a more recent acquisition that wouldn't have been in previous videos would be the complete Samurai Deeper Kyo. Next shelf, this is my Viz and Viz signature shelf. Starting at the top with Banana Fish. Viz ends after Ranma, and then it goes into Viz Sig, which are those kind of oversized books there. A lot of these would not have been in previous videos. I don't remember the last time I filmed, but I bought a lot of these since my last collection video. A lot of completed series, a lot of these nice, thick, perfect editions, as I like to call them. I've got a little bit of work on some of these series I need to do. I'm not complete up to date with like Terraformers, Tokyo Ghoul Re, and stuff like that. But this is some of the highest quality manga is probably on this shelf, if I'm being honest. And then moving over this kind of middle section in the room, I want to replace this with the Kallax shelf, like a 4x4, and that's going to give me plenty of room to do front and back. It's going to have room to grow as well. But I decided to put these shelves in the middle here. It'd be really nice to put like a couple statues up here as well, if not just figures. But I've got my hardcovers from Junji Ito, Fullmetal Alchemist, a couple other things. All my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on this shelf, and then a bunch of other paperbacks. The other side is all Viz Big editions, Dragon Ball, Inuyasha, and Vagabond. And then that brings us to the shonen corner of the room. The first shelf right here is all Shonen Jump Advanced, Food Wars, Hunter x Hunter, Assassination Classroom, etc. Very, very happy to have the entirety of Ultimate Muscle. That one, it took me a while to track down. Finally completed that set. And then around the corner, these two shelves, stacked pretty much as high as I can go over here, is all the just Shonen Jump stuff. Pretty soon I'll probably get one more thin shelf to put right here, and that'll eliminate that and give me more space to grow. But for now, I'm kind of forced to go up to the top there. So I got complete of the major titles like Bleach, Naruto, one of my favorites, Slam Dunk. My good friend Alex sent me a copy of Volume 1 from Japan. So other major things, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, I've got the entirety of, all the way down here. It's kind of in shadows at the bottom. Some other popular ones, One Punch Man, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and all that stuff. So I don't remember the last time I counted, but I've got a lot of manga. I've read the majority of the stuff in this section, because this is the stuff that I really grew up with. I started reading manga when I was like 12, and I'm 29 now, so a lot of this is just nostalgic stuff for me that I'm really happy to either still have or have reacquired. But that is the library as it is now, October of 2019. Again, we're very excited to be in this house. I'm very excited to have this space, and I'm very excited to keep growing into it. And I know it's pretty full. It looks like I'm out of space now, but as any collector is, I can get really creative with the space that I have, and I plan on doing so going forward. And I can't wait to start getting back into making videos. Now that I have my space back, I have my area, I do plan on doing some more reviews. I know we kind of sped through the library. I know like most people will go through and show individual volumes and stuff, but one thing that I really wanted to do is highlight areas later. So I wanted to come back and show videos of, you know, here's my Hulk collection, here's my Batman collection, talk about those things individually. But for right now, I wanted to give this look at what I'm working with and what I'm really proud to be able to show. So yeah, sound off in comments with anything or any sections, any books that you'd like me to give a further look at, anything you might be curious about. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you stick around and watch more. Oh, and my wife is pointing out, this is one of the things that I wanted to display. This will be one of the items I put on display. I'm thinking about just having it hanging on here, but this is one of the custom lightsabers from Galaxy's Edge in Disney World. I chose to go with the red, but I did buy the kyber crystals, so I have blue, green, purple, yellow, and white that I can replace in there. So yeah, this is one of the awesome, and I also have the droid up there too. We made a custom droid. One of my few decorations I currently have out. But yeah, so I'll probably do a bunch of other videos where you'll see me putting up figures, putting up artwork. I have a page of artwork out of an issue of Animal Man that my wife bought me for my birthday this year. So I'm going to have that framed and put up. So I'm really excited to see what this evolves into as I go forward. But anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos if you haven't been here already. Look forward to me posting more reviews, highlights, different types of videos, just new things on my channel now that, like I said, I'm finally set up. I have my space. We have our home finally. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Thanks so much, y'all, and y'all have a fantastic day, night, or whatever. Bye.